Good evening and welcome to the August 25th meeting of the Shelbyville Plan Commission. And Mr. Secretary, if you take roll, please.
Yes. Mr. Hall?
Here.
Ms. Means Davis?
Present.
Ms. Tinsley Price?
Here.
Mr. Schuler?
Here.
Mr. Cassidy?
Here.
Mr. Nolly?
Here.
Ms. Sovier?
Here.
Mr. Lux?
Here.
Mr. Comstock?
Here.
I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce Mr. Dwayne Schuler, who is taking Mike Evans' spot on the Plan Commission. So most of you know him because he normally sat in the front row and told us what to do. So, with that being said, we have no old business, so we do have a couple new business on the docket tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to approval of last month's minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you. Now we'll move on to our new business. Mr. Secretary, could you call and as you called up, please come to the podium when we get there. State your name and what your project is. Thank you.
First item under new business is PC 2025-06 GMX Real Estate Group LLC or Wawa Convenience Store and Fueling Station Site Development Plan. The petitioner's name is GMX Real Estate Group LLC. Current owner's name is Amos IN 44 LLC. Petitioner's representative this evening is Reed Cooksey. The address of the property is 825 East State Road 44. Zoning classification is BH Business Highway. And the action requested this evening is for site development plan approval for a new convenience store with fueling canopy.
The petitioner would step forward and please state your name and tell us about your project.
Hi, good evening. I'm filling in for Reed Cooksey tonight. My name is Erin McMacken with Stonefield Engineering and Design. Also here with me tonight is Patrick Moon with Wawa. Really appreciate everyone's time tonight in reviewing our proposal. Really excited about a great opportunity to redevelop this corner here. We're looking at the property. It's about 2.3 acres on the corner of Route 44 and Amos Road. Currently, there are 3 vacant buildings on site. It was the used car dealership. We plan to tear down all 3 buildings, completely demolish the site to make way for this new redevelopment. A little bit just history of the project. Very early on, we started conversations with INDOT about Route 44, as well as Shelbyville, working with Adam, from our conceptual plan all the way to the site plan that you have before you tonight. So one of the big improvements with this site and talking with INDOT is there are currently 3 existing driveways on the site, 2 on Route 44, 1 on Amos. We'll be closing one of those driveways on Route 44, just really improving traffic flow and safety at that corner there, consolidating that just to the 1 existing curb cut. The proposed Wawa has 8 fuel pumps on the Amos Road side. The convenience store just over 6,000 square feet, typical convenience store offerings, as well as food service there. So items like hoagies, pizza, sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, typical Wawa offerings. One of the features at this particular Wawa is what they call a fly-through window. So that's on the south side of the building. That's strictly just a pickup window for mobile orders. So there's no menu boards, there's no speaker boxes, no payment being made at this window, just for those customers that find it convenient to place an order on the Wawa app and pick up their food at that pickup window there. There's 43 on-site parking spaces for customers. We're also providing a bike rack at the front of the store, as well as a pedestrian connection up to Route 44. And then we're also continuing that public sidewalk. It exists along Route 44, but we'll be proposing public sidewalk connection all the way down Amos Road. So installing that amenity as well. Other improvements for the site, again, really just looking to improve the appeal of this corner. We'll be adding over 11,000 square feet of green space, landscape area here. Includes 71 new trees and over 250 shrubs to the site. One of the items we worked with on planning was the foundation plantings for the building. So we'll be accommodating that with planter boxes on the east and west sides of the building. Again, really just increasing the appeal of the site. Those will be irrigated planter boxes, as well as the rest of the landscaping on site. I also did want to note that necessary variances for this project were approved at the August 12th Board of Zoning Appeals meeting, which takes us to this meeting here tonight. And then within the planning packet, there were 3 remaining comments from the TRC reviews. We're going to address all those comments coming out of any potential approval tonight. One was in regards to the size of the stormwater pipe. We'll happily work with the city engineer on that. Second, there was a conflict with light poles and utility locations. Our photometric designer has actually already revised that, so we'll be prepared to submit that again coming out of this meeting. The final comment was in regards to the Route 44 driveway, potentially restricting the left turn movement out of the site. Plans are under review formally by INDOT, so once we get that review comment, we'll schedule a meeting with INDOT, city engineer, and make sure everyone's on board for final approval of that driveway. Wawa is really excited at this location here. They're a respected convenience store brand with a great reputation. Excited to be expanding in Indiana. With that, we appreciate your time again tonight, and myself and Patrick are happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. We'll start down to Mr. Hall.
Sure. I just have a couple comments and one question. First of all, thank you for being very thorough. It's probably one of the more thorough introductions to a project that we've had, so thanks for that. Mr. Garrett is not with us today, but his first question probably would have been if you have any idea what kind of, or in terms of numbers, how many jobs we might add.
I watched some of the previous meetings. Typical Wawa location brings 40 retail jobs at a single location.
Sure.
And kind of one of their key points that they like to present is the 7-month to 7-year ratio. So in this industry, typically the employment range is 7 months before someone leaves, and at Wawa, it's actually 7 years.
Okay.
We're very proud of that.
Awesome. And then I just had another more of a comment that whether it be through the BZA meetings and working through those variances and how your plan is before us tonight, that it seems like Wawa is very interested in working with us and being a good steward in our community. So I personally appreciated that, whether it be, looking ahead to the future for developments in Shelbyville and what that might look like, but also honestly, in some ways doing us favors with some of those variances, especially from the BZA. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Davis-Means.
I have no
Mhm.
questions for you, but I'm really impressed by how you presented and that you're increasing the sidewalk down Amos. I know we have a big housing development going in, so it'll be nice just to make sure you're taking care of the people that will also be your customers too.
Thank you.
Ms. Tinsey Price.
No questions.
Mr. Schuler.
No questions at this time. I do want to comment on the appreciation for the green space. A lot of places that come in, I think, just try to meet the minimum requirements, and it looks like you went above and beyond. So greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Nolly.
I do have a question related to all the green. We've had another developer, sometimes it's right hand, left hand, I don't know what, they come in and then they forget to put in the maintenance part of all that, the mowing, the shrubbery and all that. Is there something in place where we have a particular business and like nobody showed up to mow the grass after they opened up? So it was quite of a problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure formally if there's any maintenance agreements, but Wawa will have ownership of this site and they want to keep their customers happy and coming back. They want to be a great neighbor, so
Yeah.
they do maintain their site.
Well, I think the others want to be a great neighbor, but they just didn't mow their grass.
Patrick Moon with Wawa. I can answer that specifically. We have a facilities department and they'll contract all that out. Currently we have 4 stores open in the Indianapolis market. So they'll eventually start putting those all together. We'll have 10 stores by the end of the year. So we'll have enough volume in which we'll have contracts for 1 or 2 guys will go on all the sites and regular maintenance.
Especially as prominent of a location. It says
Yes,
that's good.
yes.
So I figured you did, but I just wanted to make sure it was on the
Yes.
record too. So
And there's
thank you.
also, each site has 2 facilities guys as well for trash and other things that need to happen. equipment breaks down, they've got the equipment and tools there as well. And if they see something that's going on, they can just call facilities guys or the guy that's on contract to do that, have him come out. And we don't have to get clearance, just go ahead and do it. So we'll be taking care of that on a regular basis. And one thing you'll notice is different is all the associates are owners of the company, so they have a vested interest in it looking and working well. So you'll see a little bit of different approach on how that's taken care of it once the store is open.
Good, glad to hear
All
that,
right.
thank you. Must be why it's 7 years when you own it.
Yes, yes.
Just, I don't think everything in there, but sometimes when we have those, we have questions about the items that are placed outside, you know, whether it be, some places will have salt, some places will have the fluids and stuff like that. Was there any discussion on that in here?
So it's kind of hard to see on the site plan. Well, I have a computer and a mouse. I can point to it.
He's back if he wants
Yeah.
to just.
Typically, we do not have outdoor sales like that. The only thing that's gonna be out, there'll be an ice chest, which is primarily for the in-store use, because we just can't make enough ice. But we do sell some bags of ice as well, but those are typically in the rear and those are screened, as well as a propane canister dispenser as well. That's typically the only thing we have outside. So,
Look a little better that way.
And specifically, the bottom two images here, you can kind of see, there's a screening wall. So you'll have to kind of step behind the
Oh,
screening
yeah.
wall to get to
Right.
the ice and the propane and those kind of things.
We might look at that as a standard in the future.
Mhm. I think it's a good
It might give us a
precedent.
lot of good standards after this.
Yes.
That's all I have right now. Thank you.
So we are.
No questions, but I echo the compliment to the presentation from earlier.
Mr. Lux?
Yeah, given approval, when would you anticipate starting this project?
We're set up a little different than most entities. We'll have, our landlord is getting all the approvals for us on this, so they have a development period which they gotta get things done. They typically have, I think it's 6 months from the time they start to deliver us a store. Generally, they're done shorter, but we're getting into the winter months, so it might be a 6-month process. And then for us, ourselves, we have so it'll be spring. It's gonna be about a 6 to 7 month process. It's because of all the kitchen equipment we have. So probably about a year from now. Would be a good guess.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Comstock?
Good afternoon or evening. Tyler Comstock, City Engineer. Regarding those outstanding items, feel free to give us a call or set up a meeting if we need to go over those kind of in detail. I'm a very visual person, so like a Teams meeting, going over the plans and looking over that stuff, it really helps. So just feel free to give Adam or I a call and we can set something up.
Yeah, once we hear back from my DOT, we'll get on a call with
Yep.
you for sure. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. I have no questions. So what I'll do now is I'll close the questions from the board. And if anybody from the public has anything to say, if you'd step to the front and speak your name and ask your questions. Well, I see nobody come forward, so there's probably nobody online, or do we have to worry about that anymore? Okay, okay. I'll open it back to the board if there's any more questions or statements, or if not, I'll look for. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve PC 2020-25-06 with the condition of complying to the outstanding comments by the Tech Review Committee.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. If you cast your votes and send them to me.
A motion for approval with the one condition on PC 2025-06. Mr. Hall, yes. Ms. Means Davis, yes. Ms. Tinsley Price, yes. Mr. Comstock, yes. Mr. Lux, yes. Ms. Soviar, yes. Mr. Schuler, yes. Mr. Nolly, yes. Mr. Casti, yes. Motion carries.
Congratulations. I'll make a note. Someone just told me they built Golden Corral in less than 30 days and had it open Let's see if you can work that into your magic.
60.
Good luck and welcome to Shelbyville. Mr. Secretary, would you call the second?
Second item under new business is PC 2025-10, St. Joseph Church Site Development Plan. Petitioner's name, St. Joseph Catholic Church, the owner's name, Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis Properties, Inc. The petitioner's representative this
Hey,
evening
Adam,
is Dustin
Adam.
Myers from Crossroads Engineers.
Hey, guys. Sorry, can you take that? The microphones pick up everything. So sorry, Adam, to cut you off.
The address of the property is 125 East Broadway. Zoning classification is IS institutional, and the action requested is site development plan for a new campus layout.
The petitioner would step to the microphone again and state your name.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dustin Myers. I'm with Crossroad Engineers. On behalf of the St. Joseph Catholic Church, I'm here tonight to discuss and request a site development plan approval for their campus improvements. I believe this is the third time now you have seen this project, the first two being some rezone petitions. Obviously, those went well, and the property has been rezoned completely to institutional. The project, I should have said, is located at 125 East Broadway, which is south side of Broadway Street, just to the southeast corner of Broadway and Noble Street. It's also fronted, or has frontage along Pike Street, Hendrick Street, and a portion of along Center Street. The project has gone before the Board of Zoning Appeals as well. We received a handful of variances related mostly to site access and then parking within the front yards and a dumpster enclosure being within a front yard. As I just mentioned, the site is bound by roads on all sides, so inherently we have front yards about the entire perimeter of the project. So the need for those variances was obviously required. Here, as you can see on the site plan, the proposed petition is a building addition at the southwest corner of the church, as well as construction of a larger parking lot to fill the needs for the church, not just during their services, but also during school days. There'll be ample green space is along Noble Street at the east side of the school, as well as at the northwest corner of the property. The site will have obviously the required landscaping, photometrics, or excuse me, lighting, as well as to serve the whole project. So with that, take any questions.
All right. Ms. Betsy? I'm starting with you, yeah, this time.
Oh, I have no questions.
Right, Mr. Enterprise?
No questions.
Mr. Schuler?
No questions at the moment.
Mr. Nolly?
No questions.
Ms. Soviar?
I think some of the earlier discussion we had at our pre-meeting was talking about kind of the parking and how kind of, it's kind of crazy, right? And just because of the property and how some unique features of the property. So I guess one of the things kind of brought up in terms of that, not relevant now, relevant down the road here, of other churches do have off-duty policemen to kind of help with training of, I guess, yes, because I know 10 o'clock mass on a Sunday is very, very crowded. And there will be a lot of confusion such that might be an option to consider with that traffic flow until, as things I know will, more decisions will be made as in time goes on in terms of the road to be able to handle the traffic and with safety for everybody. But the other thing was that I know, is there any plan for any kind of traffic lights down the road or some sort of thing to kind of help with, I don't know, caution or something? I know you have the school. I'm just kind of posing that.
To your second point, I'm not sure if there's a traffic light would be warranted. We could certainly discuss this with the city
Yeah.
in further detail. To your first point, I'm not sure if the church has plans to implement traffic control for their services, but it's something that I'm
Yeah.
sure will be discussed in the future.
Thank you.
Mr. Lux?
In the top right-hand corner of that, it shows parking up there that's existing. Is that going away? Okay, I would have thought that. Yeah, I think certainly a need for it. I mean, I think anybody that's been there knows that. Great project, but I'm just curious as to what the plan is for flow for traffic. Are you gonna do anything to restrict it any one way of coming in off Broadway or directing everybody from Pike Street or how? Just curious.
I am not
Because
sure.
if it's a free-for-all, free-for-alls are usually bad things for parking.
Are you speaking for the church services or from a school standpoint?
Both, really. I think that, you think about Center Street and the need to possibly improve that. The alleyway to the south is a no-go because it's so narrow. But just curious as to, have there been any discussion on how the traffic would flow? Because
Sure, I will take a stab at this and Brian can correct me if I'm wrong, but the main access point will be at the intersection of what's currently Hendricks and Noble Street. Traffic would flow in through there and from a school standpoint would flow in through there and then drop off would be at the area in that curve. You can see that we've provided pedestrian access to the school from there. So that would be the drop-off point. There'd be plenty of stacking space inside the parking lot for those cars to be queued. And then I'm assuming the same would happen during pickup time. Yep. We'll let the experts
Hi,
speak.
Brian Fisher. Yes, so school traffic will be the same every day. So they'll come in there where Hendrick Street is and they can stack all the way around that. And then the kids can drop off, essentially if they're getting out the passenger seat, right? They can walk directly into the building without walking in front of the car or walking where other traffic is. Then it also gives us available space to get them headed out towards Pike Street. And then Pike, I believe, is a right turn only, I think. Is that right? Not right now?
Not yet.
Probably is. Okay, we're gonna go out Pike and they'll come out and then the same thing will happen when they pick them up, which is what we do now. We'll just have more space. So they'll stack the cars around and then they call the kids out actually by name. All the parents have the name in the front of the car and they say, the Smith family's here, the Lux family's here, whatever, right? And then they dismiss them like that. They all pool up in the gym and they dismiss them like that. For church services, I think we'll come in several of the ways. Right now, everybody comes in off of Noble. And it's a challenge because everybody's trying to get into one spot in the same, not that we would be late, but sometimes that's Catholics are all there in the last minute and a half, okay? Trying to get in there before Father sees that we're late. So we're all trying to get into the same spot. So we felt like this was a better feel for, we can come in Broadway, we can come in Pike, we can come in those places and try to eliminate that traffic backing up on Noble like it does presently. That's why we thought more entrances might be a better way to go about that. So, as far as on the way out, we don't have plans in the works to direct traffic. However, it's an interesting suggestion and I hope and pray that we have that many people there that we need to do that. That would be wonderful. I do know that most of the time you're at church, we have at least 20% of the people that are at church now, they sin within 30 seconds of going back out there yelling at people in the parking lot because they don't park right. So that's always fun. You're like, we were just in there saying we love Jesus and now we're yelling at people in the parking lot. So we're hoping this will help that a little bit. Okay? Yes.
I would love to meet with you and show you just a little thing from Waldron, how they dismiss. Like, I'm new there and they have it down to an art. Like,
Be happy to.
I would be happy to show you if you guys would want to adapt
Yeah.
a little of that. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Sure.
And that actually was gonna be my question. When you say that you're stacking for dropping off,
Mhm.
are you dropping off in the turn at the ADA spaces?
Yes.
Okay,
Right, yeah, right there where that, I think.
right in the
there.
bend?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I was thinking those maybe 5 spaces right off of Noble.
No, 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 no.
It's okay.
All the way
I
around.
wanted to make sure we were on the same page. Is
Yeah.
that-
Because the kids they walk in that sidewalk and then that gets them into the current gymnasium and that's where they pool up of the morning and of an evening.
Exiting traffic for school day will probably be onto South
Correct.
Pike Street.
That's correct.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I,
Because we actually think that there will be some times, because we're going to want them to go out only on Pike, and we don't want them going up on the Broadway, because we kind of just want everybody going out the same spot. Plus, see, the Adoration Chapel will now be in that area, so those parking spaces are for Adoration Chapel. We have a lot of elderly that love to pray, so we're trying to keep that traffic limited. So, a bunch of school traffic's not buzzing by while people are going up there. So we thought we could segregate that a little bit.
and I think some of your traffic plan for St. Joe could help the city determine what they want to do with Center Street and Hendrick Street. So I think you guys just
Yeah.
need to work together, make
Yeah,
sure
absolutely.
where you guys are gonna be dumping, that makes sense. So,
Yeah, Tyler and
That's all I'm
Adam have
thinking.
been super helpful the whole time, so I'm sure we'll get it hammered out.
okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Mr. Comstock?
No, I think you answered my question that I would have.
Mr. Hall?
I don't have any questions.
Mr. Hall, you had a follow-up?
No, just to follow up on that stacking. So from that curve out to Noble, how many cars do you think that'll?
We got to get the smart guy up there. I can kind of talk through it, but if you
Hey,
actually.
Well, I just didn't know,
So Gary, I think this was my question as well. I'm gonna point to the screen. I know it doesn't help minutes. They're actually dropping off here.
Right.
So you get all that.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I thought you were talking about,
I did too.
I thought it was that curve. I
did
didn't.
too, but it's actually here. So
Oh, okay. Oh, so you've got all that.
That's why we thought that would work better.
Yeah.
And-
Now it makes sense to me.
And there's future plans for, it was part of the initial plan. We just didn't raise enough money that the school offices will be right there where Adam is. And that was the thought, that we can drop off right there. So we're kind of working through that. We just didn't have enough money to do that right now.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Good.
I'll close it to the board, and if there's anybody in the public, boys, you get extra credit if you ask a question.
I was gonna say, we should make them ask questions.
I see no questions from the public, so any other comments from the board? If not, I will look for a motion.
And I'll remind whoever makes that motion, the approval would be conditional on the future vacation of that portion of Hendrick Street, which is happening separate, but something that we just forgot to put in the staff report.
I'll move that we accept PC 2025-10 on condition of the vacation of that section of Hendrick Street.
I have a motion and a second. If you'd cast your vote, please.
This is a motion for approval with the condition of the future vacation of Hendrick Street for PC 2025-10. Mr. Hall, yes. Ms. Means Davis, yes. Ms. Tinsley Price, yes. Mr. Schuler, yes. Mr. Casti, yes. Ms. Sovier, yes. Mr. Comstock, yes. Mr. Lux, yes. And Mr. Nally, yes. Motion carries.
Good luck, guys. Any, yeah, that's it. Anything you need to talk about that we didn't speak about?
I'll
earlier?
just put it on the record as well. We talked in the pre-meeting that now that things in the office have hopefully, knock on wood, settled down a little bit and we're caught up on some things, we're going to start working on the BN Business Neighborhood Amendments. We have most of a first draft done, so we'll reconvene that committee, work on that, and eventually bring those amendments to the Plan Commission. But aside from that, just been busy.
Thank you.
Doug,
Motion to- Oh, go right ahead.
typically, we do have the students introduce themselves at the,
At a minimum.
Yes, we do. Gentlemen,
usually
would you
have them
like to
take
come
one
up
at
to
a
the
time
front,
and tell us
please?
who they are, what they're here for.
And I don't want to hear anybody say, I'm here because that guy said to come either.
Hello, my name is Miles Clark. I'm from Shelbyville High School, and I'm here just to kind of learn about our governing body in Shelbyville through my AP Government and Politics class.
Very well. You guys think we were kidding?
And remember, this is on the public record.
This has to be completely original. Can't sound at all like his.
My name is Deuce Bosher, and I'm also from Shelbyville High School, and I'm here for my AP Government and Politics class. We have to attend a meeting, but also using it as a learning experience, and I've never experienced something like this, so I thought it was pretty cool to see how something actually functions.
Very well.
Who's the teacher? Bradburn?
My name is Kenneth Wright, and I'm here for my EP Politics and whatever the class is called.
See, he's wide awake in class.
Teacher doesn't watch this.
I'm just here to see how the public meetings work and how people actually appoint each project within the community.
Thanks for coming. Hope you learned something.
Too bad they didn't attend last meeting.
Yeah.
This one was the easy one.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.